That's a good one. That's a good one. Oh, God, it's a toad, son. It's a toad, dude.
Let's go. I wake up to a little bit of drool on my pillow, feel like it's gonna be a bad day.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Fishing Friday Live. I'm trying to share this real quick to the group so everybody knows that we're live. But just Trey and I this week. Ben had, I think, some family stuff. To be honest, I don't remember why he was gone this week because I'm a terrible friend. What's up, Tim? So let us know. We got a little different mic setup. It's like 7 degrees in North Carolina, and we didn't want to go in the freezing cold studio, so we're at my house in my office with a different mic setup. Make sure you check out all those partners. OneCast Fishing, onecastfishing.com. Use code OneCast at checkout. You can use the link we always post for Hobie Eyewear to save some money. Got a big Christmas sale coming up. Is it start yet? We'll double check on that, but you can still use the link. It will give you the code discount, or I'm sorry, the discount for the holiday, but it still credits us, which helps us out, obviously, like we always say. So make sure you check out Hobie Eyewear, get some floating frames, great stocking stuffers for everything. Plus, you get a free 50th anniversary mug, which mine's out in the kitchen, or I could hold it up and show you, but I wasn't prepared, so I can't do that. But make sure you check them out. From there, you can head to Carolina Waters, CarolinaWatersNC.com. Use the code TheOneCast and check out, all one word. Grab yourself some of that UPF gear. I think they still got some hoodies, gloves, face shields, anything you'll need to keep you protected on the water for a day of fishing or recreation, plus that casual wear for around the house. Make sure you download Deep Dive app if you don't have that downloaded yet. We've talked about that at length. I'm sure we're going to talk about it a little bit tonight and how it can help. Also, make sure that you check out if you're looking for real estate in Central North Carolina, buy, sell, home, property. Make sure you hit up our friend Terry Carpenter. Terry's a licensed realtor here in North Carolina with Howard Perry and Walson, Coldwell Banker Real Estate Agency, one of the best in the Triangle area in Central North Carolina. He's going to bust his butt to find you the home of your dreams or whatever it is that you are looking for. So make sure you hit up Uncle Terry. You get him at carpenter@hpw.com. I also want to thank Uncle Terry. He's been with us for coming up on a year now, and going to continue that relationship for another year or so. So super excited to keep working with good people who have good alignment with what we're trying to do. So, we gotta get Terry on the show to talk about his some more. So he joined us briefly. I think he was on a classic recap or something. Yeah, so excited. Bass announced EQ schedules for next year. We'll talk about that. Before we do, I see Nick Kincaid's on here. Make sure you check out Special Operations Bass or corner dates and stuff will be coming out for next year. It's always the Friday before Veterans Day, so you know it's going to be that first. I think it's always Friday in November. Lake Norman, great event. We've got 6 events with Take Warrior Fishing this year. Starting off in Greenville, North Carolina. I think Trey's got those pulled up, so I'll let him talk about them.
Yeah, let me go to the website because I can open one here. Let's see. Let's look at our events. So if you guys haven't participated in any of the Take a Warrior fishing events, we have a lot of different events. For really big events, then we have a lot of ambassadors out there that take veterans, active duty service members, and get them out on the water to reconnect with themselves, build further relationships, and frankly, just that has been endured over the many years of war that we've been going through.
What's up, Christine? Y'all hear Trey okay? Somebody let me know. We're messing with the mic. I got to figure out where it needs to be.
Let me pull up the events here. Let's see. Yeah, so kicking it off, I think it's that's only got one event on there. Where are all the events? Okay, they're in order. So
yeah, they're in order. Yeah.
So March 28th, Greenwood County Boat Ramp. We got the Warrior Fishing Showdown, And go to warriorfishing.org if you're unfamiliar with the website. Warriorfishing.org. The little 3 bars up in the top right. Click on that, hit events, and that's going to go in front of us with the big events that we have coming up. March 28th, 2026, Greenwood County Boat Ramp, Warrior Fishing Southern Showdown. That one's got a ton of sponsors. American Hero by Luz is going to be sponsoring that event, to include many more. That's going to be, location is going to be, you can read all that stuff. That's at 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. multi-species event. Prizes and stuff like that's going to be there. Keep scrolling down. One of my favorites that's coming up, this is the Spring Warrior Clash. This is going to be on Jordan Lake, 19 April. That's a great event. We had a great show out last year. We're expecting a lot more people. It's going to be at the New Hill Boat Ramp on the 19th of April, and that is a bass fishing tournament style event. All the rules and regulations are in the date, but we're really looking forward to getting a lot of participation there. Everybody knows Jordan Lake has giant bass, right? Scroll on down a little bit more. In May 16th, 2026, we got the second Warrior Fishing Saltwater Slam. So the inaugural one this year was awesome. That was out of Beaufort, North Carolina. This one's going to be the same place at the Marina, and that's going to be a multi-species event. Different categories based on species, and man, it was a blast.
Yeah, it was.
Partners, the U.S. Coast Guard came out, showed their presence. We played the national anthem, got a lot of support from the local community, and they're going to welcome us back next year. So if you're a veteran or active duty service member in the area and you want to sign up for the Saltwater Slam, that's going to be on May 16th. Highly, highly recommend that. Following that, we got a bit of a break between May and September, but 26th September, we're going to be on Kerr Lake Island, as some people refer to it. So September 26th, we're going to have a multi-species event out there, and that's going to be going out of Occoneechee. Occoneechee is on the Virginia side, and that's a really big ramp. That's where they host Bassmaster when they go there and all the major tournament trails. And then later on in the year, we're going to have the 5th Warrior Fishing event at Sharon Harris, and that's going to be October 17th. So a little bit earlier than what we're typically used to. We usually have it in November. This year it's going to be in October.
What's up there?
And that's also going to be a multi-species event. We had a huge show out this year in November for Sharon Harris. I think we had over 70-something boaters.
70 boats, yep.
Yeah, so it was a massive event. Great time, great people, great sponsors. The local community showed a lot of support. And then I think following that, on the 7th of November, we're going to have the Warrior Fishing Fall Classic. And that one is going to be in Benhaven, North Carolina. And that's a speckled trout event. I think it's the first time we're doing that, if I'm not mistaken, in the Eastern North Carolina. Inshore Club's going to be hosting that, and that'll be a really fun time. So that pretty much wraps up the year. We got a lot of big events, and then we got a lot of people taking Warriors fishing on behalf of the organization, and we can't thank them enough. So Warrior Fishing out all the events for 2026.
I'm trying to become a scoper, Jerry. So step 1 is flat brim. That's an automatic like 3 XP points into your scope ability. Look at that rowdy bunch there. Christine just sent a picture of her and her husband and our buddy Ed, who comes on. And I'm kind of jealous. It looks like the bar have a few beverages. So, what's up, Derek? You got ice already on some lakes in Massachusetts. Sorry for that for you, Tim. That sucks. We don't have any ice here in North Carolina. I mean, you might in the morning, like backs and coves and stuff. You see a little bit of like that sheet ice. It's getting pretty chilly at night. Sunday can be real cold, like 17 or something Sunday night with the wind chill. So not super excited about that. Ready tomorrow. I think we're going to see 50, so it'll be decent tomorrow afternoon. We'll get a little bit of a cool down. Yeah, probably spend Christmas Eve on a lake somewhere. Trying to catch a giant.
I can't.
No,
I can't.
that's how it's designed.
That thing is like anti-scope proof or whatever.
This is on scoping, man.
It's a scope and hoping hat.
Immediately, I can ping a minnow like the best of them. That's all you need is a flat, right? Not should be elite.
You need a flat bill hat and skinny jeans, and you're good to go. Maybe some Chuck Taylors. You'd be squared away.
I can't do this, so I'm out on that. But it was a good run. We gave the old college a try.
That's right.
But yeah, the only real news was Bass announcing the.
There's a couple things. Did you guys talk about it last time with the no information period? We already got that.
We talked about that. We talked about MLF and reversal of that DQ. We talked about the change to the no information rule, which you're more than welcome to talk about because we haven't heard your opinion
on the no information rule.
Yeah, the new rules.
So for those of you who don't know, I'm gonna and a huge shout out to One Cast Fishing for being a title sponsor. You're gonna do a nice little review of the vinyl that's gonna go on the side of the boat with the take a order fishing wrap, but it doesn't bother me at all about the no information rule. I honestly don't plan on getting any information from anyone because I know how harmful that can be for me. And I think everyone's different when it comes to that stuff.
Yeah.
I can be extremely affected by doc talk. So I have to do my best to shut my ears off. Kind of go out there and figure it out on my own. Whether or not I do good or not, that's on me. Now, if people are saying, hey, they're biting better on X Lake, the first stop for the 2026 season for the Opens Division 1 on Kissimmee Chain, the last 3 major events that have been fished out of there have been one out of Toho. If anybody knows about Kissimmee, it's a Toho, and then Cypress, and then Hatch, and then Kissimmee, the lake itself. It's gonna be different when we go down there at the end of January. So I'm sure that the no information rule is going to benefit some people. I'm not going to leverage it, at least right now. I don't feel like it's in my best interest. Being my first year fishing the Bassmaster Opens, could be my last year fishing the Bassmaster Open. I'm just going to put myself out there, see how it rolls. If it's good, it's good. If it's not, oh well, give it a good try. And at the end of the day, the whole point of going out there is, branding, right? Marketing, partners that we believe in, and having a little fun while we're doing it. So, of course, I want to do well as a competitor, but I want the ownership to be on me. I don't want to put my cards in someone else's hand. So I'm going to play the hand that I was dealt and kind of go there. I'm sure there's some mixed emotions on it. The NPFL kind of set the standard with the no information across the industry right now. It seems like a lot of people are following suit. I can see where getting information on brush piles is immensely important. Right? Yeah, certain lakes, yeah. But again, I mean, just because there's brush piles doesn't mean that the fish are there. It doesn't mean even if the fish are there, you're throwing the right thing at them, right? I can't tell you how many times Pete and I have to go fishing and we catch them the same way they're on the same spot. Right? So, for me, it's not a big deal. I don't really care. Probably a large percentage of those guys that are fishing the Opens are trying to make the elite qualifiers, which we're going to get to, and they want to make the elite series, and that's not what I want. I'm taking another path in life, but I'm going to use Bass's platform as a paying customer to market and brand all of our partners, to include our podcast, which we're really proud of. So, yeah, I guess I got on a little bit of a soapbox there. I really don't care.
But this is a tough question. I know what your answer is right now, but it could always change. You make the top 50 and have a chance to fish the EQs, and somebody is willing to fund it for you. Do you take a shot? Or you have no interest at all?
So Nick Kincaid already said that he's going to sponsor me for the EQs.
There we go.
For the 2026 season.
Kincaid's home maintenance. If Trey makes it, he's going to cover.
That's right. So Nick, I'm looking forward to that $15,000 that you're going to get. No, listen, that question's already been you've already asked me that question.
I know.
And I mean,
I know it's easy to sit here and say it though.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, if the opportunity presents itself and my family's in a position where we can take that risk, and it's not only risk financially, but it's risk of time away from children. Like May, my daughter graduates in May. I will not miss my daughter's high school graduation. I don't care if it was a Bass Open tournament or not, right? I cannot miss that. I will not miss that. But, if the opportunity presents itself and somebody wants to get on board with supporting this effort, then absolutely I'll go out there and market and brand on your behalf if it's a product or a service I believe in, but I will not spend my own money on it. So, but yeah, I mean, I don't know,
Yeah.
What'd Tony say?
He said, I talked to the people for the tires. I need you to come up here so I can take pictures of your tires. We're going to get you a new set. Please shout us out tonight. Hey, Black's Tire, Maiden Street, Sanford. Tony Akridge is in the house chatting. So, go see Tony and Jessica. They're going to take care of you. Trey had an issue with a set of tires he bought. Just a manufacturer defect, and they're getting him hooked up with 4 new ones to replace those. Nothing on them, but they're going to take great care of you. Great customer service. We get all of our vehicle needs that we can. They don't do everything there, so there are times we may have to go other places, but tires, brakes, anything like that, your inspection here in North Carolina, make sure you go check out Black's Tire on
414.
You know that
414 East Main Street. And what Tony's talking about, and maybe this is a lesson learned for you guys. As much as Pete and I are on the road, tires are tires are gold. And so I just recently got back from Indiana, driving basically 20 hours round trip. And I had I'm
gonna get to you, Tim. I didn't miss
your
question.
Serious issues going on with the manufacturer tire. So I took it into Black's Tire and Auto. Tony and Jessica up there, they got it squared away. They swapped the tires in the back. There's a manufacturer defect. And listen, you don't get that customer service everywhere you go, right? Those are friends of ours. So if you guys are in the Sanford, North Carolina area, even if you live in Fayetteville, look, BTS has like 54 locations across North Carolina and South Carolina. I've never been to a place that takes better care of us than the place on 414 East Main Street. If you have any questions, you can DM us. Tony's in the chat right now. Hit him up. They'll get you guys squared away. And listen, like Pete said, if they can't do it, they'll refer you to somebody who can do it. Maybe it's diesel or something a little bit outside of their scope there. So appreciate that, Tony, and I'll absolutely bring it up there when I get an opportunity.
Yeah. So Tim, you asked, did I grow up did I ice fish growing up in Pennsylvania? Yeah, we ice fish. Didn't ice fish a ton in Pennsylvania. I did more when I was a teenager and go on my own, but we would go to Michigan. So my mom was from Michigan originally. So we would go up every year around Christmas for like a week, basically. That was like our family vacation every year, and we would ice fish up there a lot. So grew up ice fishing. Really enjoy ice fishing. I would go do it tomorrow if I could. If we had ice down here, I would. It's just a lot of fun. It's a whole different thing sitting out there on a bucket, cold beer, catching fish.
I actually prefer a warm beer on those days.
Yeah,
little German style. Yeah.
Went up to your neck of the wood, go Hoosiers. Yep.
Yeah, dude. Let me tell you right now, like, I don't watch football. I watch fishing occasionally, but I'm usually outdoors. We always are. But, recently with the cold coming in, and listen, we all ask for it, right? Dog days of summer, we're like, oh, man, I can't wait till it cools down. And then we're like dead of the winter, and we're like, oh, man, I can't wait till the dog days of summer until it warms up. But being up in Hoosierville, which this is funny because I asked the hotel lady, I was like, so like in Michigan, we're considered like Michiganders, and like in Pennsylvania, like, what do you consider, Pennsylvanians?
I always call it Pennsyltuckians.
Pennsyltuckians. And I was like, what are you guys, like Indianians? She was like, we're Hoosiers. And legitimately,
what'd you call me?
Yeah, right. So I was at Buffalo Wild Wings with the partners I was working with, and dude, that place was off the charts when the Hoosiers were playing, dude. It was insane. You guys are massive football fans, dude. I give you all the props in the world because your team is crushing it this year.
We watched them beat Ohio State because I hate Ohio State. So, yep, it was great to see Ohio State get their teeth kicked in. As a Penn State fan, there's nothing better. We had, obviously, a terrible year. New coach coming. We'll see what happens. Tony, as you see, Nick shouted you out. He got a set of tires from last month, said best customer service he's dealt with in a long time. We keep telling y'all, go check them out. Yeah, Tony, you always take care of us. We appreciate you as well, man, and we'll be up to see you. I'm about due to come see you again. Plus, I've got some stuff going on I need to get looked at. So appreciate all that. Nick, I don't know if you saw, I want to shout out another company. I used Vector Hooks for a long time. As you all know, they closed their doors and went out of business. But behind the scenes, he had a silent partner who has taken over and rebranded, relaunching. I still think they're the best hooks I've ever used. So check out Royal Fishing Hooks. If you've seen Royal Boats, they make custom to order aluminum, like small boats. I say small. Most of them are like tiller drive, like 16, 17 foot. But like smaller, more affordable aluminum bass boats made to order, hand built, really nice boats. But they took over Royal Fishing Hooks, relaunched it. I've had 2 conversations with with the new owner, and I can't think of his name now, which is terrible. Great guy. Super excited. So check them out. If you want to try some, let me know, because I bought half the stock that Vector had remaining when they were selling out.
You and Nick did.
Yeah, I stocked up. So I'd be more than happy to get you some to try and recommend. Small American-owned company, but going to keep those going. So that's exciting, because I'm not going to need to buy hooks for a little while, and I let him know that. But I'll keep talking about it, and hopefully some of y'all will try them and support a small American business. So that's what we're about, right? Black's Tire, small local to the southeast company business.
Carolina
But
Waters.
every store you go to at Black's is kind of independent deal. They got their own management company there, or team there, doing their thing. Carolina Waters, Terry Carpenter. Probably the biggest company we regularly talk about is, Hobie, and they just make a great product. It is hard not to partner with somebody like that. But Ben with One Cast Fishing, veteran, small company, getting bigger. He's got big plans for that company, so excited to see where that goes. And if we talk about it, we actually use it, folks. I want you all to know that, is the truth. I know a lot of shows start talking about companies, and it's just about who's paying them. But I can tell you, we've turned down some chances at some money with some companies just because either we didn't like their product or we didn't believe in what they were trying to do, and that's not what we're about. So,
well, not to mention the fact that when you enter into contracts with really big companies, there's a lot of stipulations contractually. And listen, we all got jobs. I kind of got a job now, you know what I mean? But we all got jobs. We got lives. We got family. We got fishing. And so we want to be able to enjoy that. So we don't want to pigeonhole ourselves down. And we definitely appreciate those companies reaching out
Absolutely.
to us. It's super humbling. But we, sometimes it's bandwidth, man. We don't have the bandwidth to market for everybody and be in everybody's fishing booths, just coming up here in January. What is it? The 9th, 10th, and 11th.
Yeah.
The Bass and Saltwater Fishing Expo at the Raleigh Convention Center is going down. I'll be there. Pete will be there. Ben from One Cast Fishing will be there. Take a Warrior Fishing will have a booth. Carolina Waters will be there. Nick Kincaid and the ownership group there, and all the ambassadors that are going to be able to make it up. So if you guys are in the Raleigh, Durham area, January 9th through the 11th, swing by the Bass and Saltwater Fishing Expo and come rap with us about anything. We'll be there.
Yeah, so we'll be there hanging out. Looking forward to that show season, getting to see everybody again. I don't always necessarily look forward to the shows.
Yes.
The setup, the tear down, all that stuff is not super fun. But getting to hang out with everybody makes it all worth it. So we'll be there, and probably the Classic. I think you're for sure locked in for the Classic.
Yeah.
I think Chelsea and I are going to go. I don't know if I'm going to dedicate my entire time to the booth because she has still never got to see a weigh-in at a Classic. So I want to make it a point to check that out this year, especially in Knoxville. It's just such a good venue. Plus, we can get media passes. We can get out in the media pit. And
that's right.
Be nice and close. So
I tell Ben, listen, man, you're my title sponsor, but I got to check one of the weigh-ins out.
Yeah, we got some work to do. Yeah. But so excited. We'll let you know for sure that who all is going to be there. Would love to see it. We saw a lot of you there. Met some of you for the first time there. So excited for that one. But
what Derek asked.
He said you're going to give him a forward-facing sonar class when he moves back.
Derek, I'll tell you what, man. If you move off that island that you're on and come back to mainland, you absolutely can jump in the boat with us, and we'll give you a class on it. Derek is a high school buddy of mine. I'm going to put your business out there a little bit. Derek, you're a huge outdoorsman. You love to fish. You love to fish for anything. But he went down to Mexico this year and absolutely cracked them. He actually invited us to Mexico in 2026.
Yes,
I don't know if we'll be able to go in 2026.
No,
Derek.
but you better get up with us for 27.
Yeah.
Steve.
But yeah, Derek's also, he was in the Marine Corps and then he was in the Army. So
4 more years, he said.
Yep. So appreciate you jumping on here, man, and thank you for your service.
Appreciate that hookup, Nick. He said another small company is going to reach out to us in a week or two.
Cool. I think I have an idea who that small company is going to be. So
Steve Loper. Hey, man, you're getting Jordan dialed in there, bud.
Yeah.
I saw and I could tell. So was heading to the Classics. You'll be able to check them out too. Awesome. I know I could tell by your post you were a little bummed you didn't win that one. But it's coming, bud. You've stayed consistent on Jordan.
Yes.
I gave up on being consistent on that lake because it just frustrated me, and I started fishing other places. She's a unique beast to stay consistent there year round. So just want to say, man, it's been super cool to watch you grow on that lake and all the lakes that you fish, but especially there. You know, you started out struggling like we all do on that dang place, and you're getting her dialed in for sure.
Yep.
So that's always super cool to watch people that you know and respect, you know, grow and do well and compete at a high level. And there's some sticks you were fishing against.
Oh, man.
Yeah. Anytime you go out and put 5 and 6 pounders in the boat in December, you're doing something. So I'm excited to get on I usually don't fish a whole lot this year, but I've been itching bad.
I'm telling you.
Like real bad. So I'm not
going to lie, dude. So
you're just as good as them people, brother.
So a lot of people take, you know, like November through like February off from bass fishing or fishing, right? But specifically, a lot of bass fishing guys take it off. Either they're in the woods or they just know it's tough. But because of forward-facing sonar, it is definitely an opportunity for you. If you have it on your boat and you know how to use it well, it's an opportunity for you to catch the biggest bass of your life.
Yeah.
Right?
January, February, March, in my opinion. Best time to catch the biggest fish you're ever going to catch.
And I'll tell you, man, like it's a great piece of technology that I absolutely love to leverage when you can use it.
Less pressure.
A lot less pressure.
The fish are full of eggs and food.
And you don't even have to get out there like daybreak.
You can wait till noon.
Just wait till noon, right?
But yeah, I don't think there's a better time of year to learn. I know a lot of people like to try to learn in the summer and stuff, but this time of year is probably the best time of year to learn on forward facing because you've got to slow way down. You've got to pay attention to what your bait's doing, what you're doing. And it's, that's, I'm going to spend some more time this year. I've actually been having dreams about catching giants on a jerk bait. So I think I'm ready to get out there and chase them.
I mean, the water too, like you guys think about it, like during the summertime, you got a lot of sediment in the water. The wake boats are stirring things up. So your forward facing sonar image can be a little bit less clear than typically normal or typically, right? So when you get out there in the wintertime, the water's a lot more clear.
Heck yeah, Nick finished second on falls yesterday.
So
good job, brother.
Heck yeah, dude. Crushing it. Were you using scope, Nick, or were you just OG?
My old man said looking forward to February. I guess he's coming down February.
Uh-oh.
Be scoping big time.
Yeah. So we kind of talked about it.
Before we go
ahead.
Talking about dreaming, like I don't know about you, but I still get hyped like the night before, especially when I'm going somewhere I love. And this is funny. So last year, but I think it was you and I had a river trip planned or something. We were going, and it was like middle of the week. So leading up to it, and I had a dream I was frog fishing, right? And I'm a side sleeper most of the time, like sleep like this. And so I'm sleeping, and next thing you know, I wake up to everything being ripped off of my nightstand. I had dreamed I was frog fishing and one bit it, and I jacked it in my dreams and like hooked my phone charger, and it just pulled everything off of the nightstand, like little coin thing falling off and stuff. So I get pretty excited still, especially going somewhere like that.
Well, it's a good thing you didn't set the hook into your wife's head. You know what I mean?
Yeah, while you're laying the correct way. Apparently, that would probably not been good. But yeah, I did. I set the hook and tore stuff up. So that's a hazard you got to be aware of.
Yep. Make sure you be careful.
Derek said they don't move off spots too much. You can really break them. You can this time of year. Yeah, they're pretty lazy. They usually stick their guts in the mud somewhere, in a brush pile somewhere, and don't really move. Nick said he caught one with the scope.
Okay, there you go. And it depends on what you're fishing for too. Like right now is a great time to get up to a place like Lake Gaston or Kerr Lake and fish for spotted bass. Those fish feed all year long. They're super aggressive. They're not nearly as lethargic as largemouth. But when you get one of those largemouth this time of year, it's usually the right one. And they feed vastly different, in my opinion, than the spots do. So
it's a really good time of year to throw big bait. And they're a lot more likely to eat that big bait because they don't have to work real hard. If they can eat one meal that'll hold them for a couple of days, they're going to eat that. So it's fun.
Big old jig.
Big jig.
Big flutter spoon.
Big soft swim bait. Big glide bait worked real slow. Anything like that. The biggest thing is slowing down. You don't even know. So I don't remember who it was.
Welcher.
Did he put out about cranking and not slowing down?
He talked about jerk baiting and not slowing down.
Yeah, well, somebody did one about winter crankbaiting too, and how everybody wants to basically wind as slow as possible. And he was like, I don't even change the speed.
Mm-hmm.
He was like, you just crank, and they're gonna eat. They're either gonna eat it or they're not. It's not that they can't move as quick. It's just they don't want to. But if you put the bait in the right place, they're gonna still eat it. So you can still fish, cover water, and do things. The one time I think you need to slow down is if you're trying to like hop a jig or something. You need to give them a little more time because that's a lot more visual. You know, with a jig, you're not really getting that reaction strike. Where with like a crankbait or anything moving, you're getting that reaction strike. So, and I know I hear they'll still school sucker under a tip up. My old man said, yeah, they'll eat that this time of year. 49 in the morning, 52 in the afternoon. Heck, they still eat a buzzbait in 52.
Oh, for sure, dude. I mean, if you get up there and they're sunning on those rocks and stuff like that, you know, this time of year, as those fish kind of, you know, you need to find a lot of bait, but you don't also need to hunt for the bait too, because there's resident fish that are living shallow. But if you're trying to fish like main lake stuff where like, you know, the creek channel butts up to like rock and stuff like that, man, that's why those fish crush those flat-sided crankbaits this time of year, all the way through February and beyond. I'll fish a flat-sided crankbait all year long. It doesn't really matter. But, you know, when that sun is at its highest point and it's warming that water up and there's rock and standing timber, I usually do better off like vertically standing timber this time of year rather than like laydowns. But still, anything that can draw like UV and stuff like that, those fish will get on that stuff. And that doesn't only warm up the fish, but it warms up their prey. So as those crawfish start coming out, start moving around and stuff, that's when those flat-sided crankbaits really, really shine. But you're right, you can get bit this time of year with like a buzz bait or a whopper plopper or something like that. You just got to hit the timing right. And then what Pete's talking about with those big baits is sometimes in the dead of the winter, these fish will feed, but they'll only feed like once every couple days, right? Versus,
especially if you're in a lake that has like big gizzard shad,
that's right,
or some type of large forage like that.
Yep, 100%. So you don't always have to go finesse in the wintertime. You can definitely throw some really, really big baits. And heck, a good buddy of ours the other day caught like 25 pounds. And he was catching them on slow rolling, big 8-inch, you know, swim baits down in, you know, 20, 30 foot of water. So,
and they were eating
and they were crushing it all the way down.
He sent us pictures and they were, I mean, they were fully in the gullet.
That's right. So you just got to get out there and, you know, this time of year, depending on which lake you're on, you may not expect a whole lot of bites, but the ones you get are probably going to be really, really good ones. I always said like December to like late November to late January. I was always going out there looking to catch one fish, one bass, right? And that was usually my goal. Now with forward-facing sonar, I try to, you know, get myself in front of more fish. But before I had it, man, it was like, hey, I'm just going to try to catch one fish on those high percentage areas.
Burrito's a good bait. Yep. Mm-hmm. There's lots of big softies that are really good this time of year. Big Colorado blade spinner bait, like a 1 ouncer. Mm-hmm. My old man said, slow roll that joker.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Ready to go now.
I'm ready.
You want to talk about the bass thing real quick?
Yeah, the EQ schedule is kind of an interesting one.
Yeah, so this year, so if you guys, Pete and Ben, I think talked about, or maybe earlier in the year, we talked about Division I, Division II briefly, right? Four tournaments in each division. Each division, 2 tournaments with forward-facing sonar and 2 without, right? So Division I is different than Division II. Division I starts off with no forward-facing sonar. Division II starts off with forward-facing sonar, which is in Sam Rayburn. Division I is in the Kissimmee chain. So the top 50 of each of those who qualify for the elite qualifiers are going to fish 3 additional tournaments, and then the top 10 of those guys will be selected for the Bassmaster Elite Series based on Angler of the Year points. This year, in September 23rd through 25th, they're going to Arkansas. They're going to Norfolk Lake. I don't know anything about Norfolk. I believe our buddy Mike Corbersley fished that before. Maybe it was on their schedule last year or the year before, I can't remember. But they're going to Norfolk Lake. And then following that, October 21st through the 23rd, they're going to Toledo Bend. Everybody knows Toledo Bend. If you don't know about Toledo Bend, it's a giant bass fishery. Bass has fished it the last couple of years. I think that's where Ben Milliken, didn't he win an open there?
Toledo Bend.
Yeah, he won Toledo Bend. And then, you know, so that one's going to be a big fish factory, depending. And then they finish out the year 2026, November 11th through the 13th on Gunnersville, right? So they got of those three, Toledo Bend and Gunnersville definitely produce giant bass. I don't know anything about Norfolk. However, the forward-facing sonar rules, and Pete was talking about it earlier, just him and I, they're a little bit different than what they did for the divisions themselves. So 1 or 2 will be forward-facing sonar or no forward-facing sonar. So you talked about it. What was it? They're going to do 1 without and 1 with, and then the third one's going to be a coin flip.
Yep, at the end of the opens. So once both divisions of the opens are done, before they start the EQs, they'll do a coin flip for the last EQ, which will be interesting. So you could have 2 with, you could have 2 without.
That's right.
But you're definitely going to have 1 with, 1 without. That third one we won't know until the day of. So,
and I'm sure a lot of people are hoping for Toledo Bend with forward-facing sonar. I would almost,
especially in November or
October.
Yeah.
Yep. So you could see, it could be a struggle bus if they don't have forward-facing sonar in Toledo Bend in October. And then Gunnersville can absolutely be a struggle bus if they don't have forward-facing in November. But
they mash them on a frog that time of year too.
But the thing about Gunnersville is it's absolutely loaded with hydrilla. And so depending on the state of the aquatic vegetation during that time of year, could absolutely be a smash fest, or they could really suck, right?
Yeah. We'll see which one it's going to be. I don't know, and I don't know which one has it, which one doesn't. As far as the two that, or the one that will have it and won't have it for sure, I don't know which is which. They did not announce that. I don't think that I saw in the article. So we can probably look at the schedule and see which division ends last and whether they have it or don't in the last event. And that should tell you.
Mm-hmm.
What's up, David Fuchs?
David Fuchs out there partying hard in Jersey.
Yeah, getting after it, son. Yep. Drinking some water.
What Derek say? He said Kissimmee has giants. Yeah, so Kissimmee itself, Kissimmee Lake, absolutely has giants, but so does that entire chain. That's kind of like fishing the Harris chain, right? Like most people go and they catch most of their big fish and a lot of bass out of a popka, but it doesn't mean the rest of the Harris chain doesn't have good fish. And the same thing with the Kissimmee chain. The 2 primary lakes on the Kissimmee chain that you see most of the damage done are the 2 biggest lakes, and that's Toho, which is the furthest northern lake, and then Kissimmee itself. And then there's lakes in between, and then there's canal systems and stuff like that. So, Kissimmee is going to be an interesting tournament at the end of January. Hopefully, I can find some fish on the bed. I'd really like that, but I also don't know how they look on the bed down there, and I'm assuming they make those big sandy beds, and you can pick them out.
Where are you going?
So that'll be the very
I'm not going to say. I can't say it.
Well, you can say something.
Oh, yeah, because they change rules.
Right.
I don't. They could be. It just depends on the weather.
Right.
I guess that doesn't really help you.
So there's no forward-facing sonar for.
I fished it one time, and it was in June.
Yeah. So. Yeah. And I fished it too, and it was like June and July. So I really have no idea what it's going to be, but I'm looking forward to it. I'm going to put that side scan to use big time. Side scan is going to be my best friend. I believe in that lake, and I'm not only going to look at the bank line. Pete's dog is begging at the door. So, what's up, Mom from Kalamazoo?
Shell beds.
Shell beds. Yep. Shield beds. she will beds, Derek. So yeah, man, I'm looking forward to 2026. It's gonna be busy for the one cast. We're gonna have a lot going on. Gonna be busy for Take a Warrior Fishing. Gonna be busy for Fishers of Men. And then somewhere in between there, Pete and I actually have to make money somewhere doing something. You know what I mean? So
yeah, probably fishing. Probably won't be fishing. I mean, we're gonna fish some stuff. But
yeah,
that's not a way to make money. So we have to have real jobs.
Yep. What else is going on?
So I was just looking to see if anything popped up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Jelly Roll killed his first deer with a bow. That's cool. How about that dude losing 300 pounds?
Yep. Can't even call him Jelly Roll anymore. No, that's almost like Fat Cat Newton.
He's like jelly. He's just jelly now.
Jellyless roll.
The roll is jelly. Something.
Hal Abshire said, any of you use heated vests? And if so, which brands? I just had to return mine tonight. for the second time because the battery never would charge, just trying to stay warm with the cold weather. I do not have any heated vests. I do have a heated coat that my wife bought me, or maybe Santa brought me last year, the year before last for Christmas, and I have never used it before. So maybe I'm going to have to take that out there. But no, Hal, I do not know. In fact, what I use to keep myself warm, compliments of the United States Army, is the extreme cold weather gear that I did not have to turn in when I retired. So I really like that stuff made by the Patagonia stuff I have is what I use, and I never get cold in that stuff ever. The hardest thing that I feel like, and we talked about this with John Cruz, is a good pair of gloves.
Mm-hmm.
That is, to me, that is like the hardest thing to deal with, because I have gloves that you can cast and stuff with, but I feel like I can't do it very well.
I can't fish with gloves on.
No, outside of my Carolina Waters gloves, like I can't fish with full finger.
I can't fish
full
with
finger
like
gloves.
warm gloves.
I don't know. What about you guys?
Milwaukee? I know some folks like on job sites that wear the Milwaukee one, and they have pretty good luck with them. So maybe check them out. Unless that's the one you had that failed, then I can't help you. So that's the only one I have any sort of experience with.
Yeah,
you drinking a shot, Annie Yingling?
Yeah, I don't know what you're taking a shot of. It looks like
BJ. Yeah, that girl shot.
Yeah, is that one of those?
Is that one of those girly shots where you gotta like suck the whipped cream off the top?
Yeah,
bro, I won't bring it up here. I gotta tell you something funny.
I don't know. Hey guys, in the comments, if you got anything for Hal, drop it in the comments to give him help with the whole warm
Jameson.
Oh, Jameson. That don't look like Jameson to me, my guy.
I've never seen a head on.
Never seen white Jameson before. It almost looks like you're drinking Kahlua and cream out of a shot glass. Oh, they had to put the foam on it or something like that.
Yeah.
Jerry said, I think I'm going fishing Christmas, New Year's week. Definitely be some ice on the water. Man, and Pete talked about growing up ice fishing stuff. All I remember is sitting on a 5-gallon bucket every 5 minutes, having to take the scooper and get the ice out of the hole and stuff like that. I was a kid, so I wasn't drinking any beer, but I do remember wearing like the big like Mickey Mouse boots.
Oh yeah,
you know what
Sorels.
I mean? Yeah,
everybody had a pair of Sorels. They were like the go-to.
Yep.
Carry 3 or 4 pair because they get wet. You throw them out in another compartment and get. Yep. Yeah, I always carry quite a few pair. Yeah, I'm a vest in cold weather person. I've picked that up a few years back hunting cold weather, and yeah, if you can keep your core warm, you'd be amazed at how warm it'll keep the rest of your body.
Yep, for sure. This time of year, I definitely put insulated socks on. I still wear the same exact shoes. A lot of times this year,
you got to be hardcore.
Yeah,
like Paul Roberts. Remember?
Oh, flip flops
fishing in January. And he was wearing
unreal, unreal, dude. Paul from Bass and Brews podcast, man, took him fishing a couple years ago. That's when we actually almost got hit because one of these boaters wasn't paying attention. His passenger actually had to point out, "Hey, there's a boat there." And I'll tell you what, even though there's not much pressure on the water right now, like there's still people that don't pay attention. So I don't wear my life vest or my PFD when I'm fishing. But if you ever are going to wear a PFD, which you should all the time when the big motor's in gear, like this is the time of year to do it, because you fall in that water and you'll probably die of shock before you can even think about it. So die of hypothermia. What's that? Oh yeah, Derek said tip up, watch from the house while you drink. Yeah, I mean, like depending on where you're at, and that used to be the case for me when I was a kid. Like we lived on a lake for a short period of time, and so we'd go out there and put tip ups up all over, and once that flag popped, we'd go running down there and usually catch a big northern pike, or we caught a lot of bass actually in the wintertime too.
Oh yeah, through the ice.
Yep, through the ice. So I'm not going to say I miss it, because I don't. I don't miss that much. But maybe now that I'm older, it'd be fun to have a couple buddies go out there with you. And man, these ice fishermen up north, man, they They don't do it like
It
we
ain't
did.
even like
It ain't even like that anymore.
They got full-on houses out there. With
these guys, they got space heaters on the ice. These guys are hanging out. They got 5G network. They're on their phone doom scrolling. They got forward-facing sonar now that they're dropping down, and
I bet it would be fun though.
It would be fun.
You know, big school crappie or something,
or walleye or something.
Ice.
Yeah,
that would be super fun.
No, the days of the the flasher. There's still some guys out there using the flashers and stuff like that. Oh
yeah,
but now that you can drop a forward-facing sonar transducer down there because they're mobile now. You can do that. What you looking at there?
I typed a comment, but I can't remember if I posted it or not.
But yeah, man,
I didn't. Dang it.
No deer this year yet, Pete?
No, I haven't hunted that much. It's been too hot. Now it's cooling down there. So.
Well, that's the thing about North Carolina. If you guys are outdoorsmen and you like to hunt, North Carolina is a special breed of crazy when it comes to deer movement, especially where we live. I feel like we're in that like funky stage in North Carolina where like especially in our county, right? Like I feel like a lot of times, like when rifle season opens, you either have missed the rut or something's going on, and a lot of times those deer stay nocturnal. December can be a really tough time to hunt post rut. Deer change their movement pattern and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But that happened to Pete and I last year. We hunted quite a bit last year, and we didn't see a whole lot last year. There was a ton of deer. We just didn't see them. They changed their patterns. You harvested a little 8-point last year.
Yeah.
But yeah, this year's been a little bit different for hunting.
The year before, I killed a couple does.
You killed a whole family.
Yeah. Murdered an entire deer family. Well, I should have been smarter than that. I don't know what to tell you. But yeah, no, I think we might hunt in the mornings. It'd be cool and warming up. So then we're going to go to the Broadway parade and hang out with you and the fam and kick it and see Santa and everybody.
Yep.
We were going to enter, but we missed the entry period, unfortunately. Wanted to take warrior fishing boats into it, but apparently there's deadlines for those things, and I failed as a human. So now I know, and we'll
you don't know what you don't know.
I thought you could register you used to be able to just register at the hardware store, and they changed it. So I went in there to register, and they were like, it's closed and you have to mail it to the lines now. I was like, oh,
okay.
Well, good to know. Lesson learned for next year. So yeah, but we're going to go hang out. So if you're in Broadway at the parade, as I know, I'm sure Brad will be there. Brad, Terry, and his whole fam.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody else around, come check out the Broadway parade tomorrow. It's always a good time. People throw candy at your kids. Seen some nice bucks this year running around our section. Yeah, I got some nice ones on camera, but they only move from 1 a.m. to 3 a.m.
Yeah, that's why we got to bring back like hunting at nighttime. Yeah. We need that thermal imaging.
Deer can see better at night than I can.
Yeah, exactly. I don't think you have a competitive advantage on them. I mean, people are like, "Oh, it's not a fair shake," and I'm like, "Well, here's the deal. In the daytime, you might have a 7 or a 10 power magnified scope, but here's the thing: deer see really, really good, anyways. And then at nighttime, you're not going to get a 300-yard shot on a deer under thermals. You're just not, right? No. You might get a good 100, 150-yard shot depending on where you hunt, but I feel like you're not really, you don't really have a competitive advantage at all. So, what's up, Dylan Freeze?
Dylan wants to shoot him at night. You can tell by his fingers being crossed. That's all you Ohio boys do is shoot him at night. We know right. How you all roll.
Dylan Freeze going back to the MPFL this year, man. Hoping you absolutely crush the competition. The MPFL has a pretty stacked roster going on, which, they got to solidify it a little bit more, but they should have about 130, 135 anglers on the roster. We talked about that a little bit. A lot more big names, household names are going over to the MPFL this year. So it's going to be an interesting year for competitive bass fishing across the spectrum. A lot of changes going on. Some changes going on that they got to do trial and error stuff. Some of the changes going on in the Major League Fishing side are kind of interesting, a little bit more hybrid than I thought they were going to be. Relying on some big boy rules, right? Relying on some co-anglers to keep the boaters in check. Not really sure how that one's going to play out, but hey, we'll see what happens.
Yeah, I don't know how that's going to work out when it says in the rules that they've now turned turn the co's into police.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting to see how the co-anglers
I can't
feel about that.
Can't wait for that first incident where it's like the boater's like, hey, keep your mouth shut. And, what they don't know can't hurt us type situation. Look, there's always people looking to bend the rules, get around them, right? It's the same thing with the tax codes, man. So, but they'll figure it out. So these organizations are going to constantly be making changes. I saw that video earlier where that guy hit that rock with that jet powered motor or whatever.
He just threw it back on and kept rolling. Yeah. Dude's a hero.
So, but yeah, man. What else?
I don't really have a whole lot. If nobody has any other questions, we're about at an hour. So we'll wrap up and put a bow on this one and be back next week. Yeah, the 19th.
Yep.
I don't know if we'll do one the day after Christmas. We'll have to see. And then we're rolling into New Year's. So
we still owe you guys that giveaway and that bubble scale provided by our good friends.
We gotta do that. We'll do that after the first of the year.
Yeah.
So stay tuned for that. That'll be
a New Year gift.
A New Year gift. We'll set something up for that. We've just all been so busy with Trey transitioning and just been busy. And I do mean transitioning out of the military. No, I like transitions.
I'm fully retired now. No more
Trey's
Army.
not fully retired yet.
DUN done. Waiting on that government to pay me, But
another 90 days.
Another 90 days. Another 90 days, guys. So fully retired now. Hit me with any Army questions. I'll be fully transparent with anything that you want to know within reason. So I don't get a gag order or a cease and desist like we see going on with some of our other podcast friends.
Yeah. You don't want any sitting congressman saying to you.
If you're a congressman or senator, I don't have anything to say about you, and you shouldn't have anything to say about me.
I'm not going to do that.
Let's let well be alone.
All right, y'all. Well, I think that's going to about do it. Trade transition to Pete's only. Hey, it's 2026, bro. Almost. We're
no shame in the game.
We're right where we need to be.
Yeah.
But no, I appreciate everybody's time hanging out with us. We're going to post this one over to Spotify. I'll probably put it up there tomorrow. The recorded episodes have been a little slow. There's just not a lot going on, and we haven't been able to work out schedules to get folks lined up. But after the first of the year, people start to schedule things to get back into it. So we'll have some more great interviews coming up. If you have ideas for stuff you'd like to see, make sure you shoot us a DM or something and let us know. Other than that, you got anything?
No, I mean, you would think that a lot of the anglers would want to be on during the off season to help continue promotional stuff as they're trying to build their sponsor portfolio. You see a lot of anglers out there posting, hey, sponsor opportunities available. If you got an angler in your community that is trying to chase his or her dream at the national level, and of organizations that are willing to put some money forth because they have a marketing budget and they want to support the angler community, reach out to those guys. Dylan's in Ohio. Cole is down here in North Carolina. We got buddies all across the continental United States. So, that helped me out this year for the next year. And if you can think of anybody to help out, hey, shoot them a message. I'm sure they wouldn't be opposed to taking some money and putting it towards good use. So
probably not.
Nope. Appreciate you guys joining us on Fishing Friday Live and join us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, all that good stuff. Make sure you leave us a review. Shoot us DMs for any episodes you'd like to see coming up. Join us at the Raleigh Fishing Show, Bass Saltwater Expo, January 9th through the 11th. Check out warriorfishing.org, all the 2026 events, and help us to continue growing culture of anglers, helping anglers one cast at a time.
That's a good one. That's a good one. Oh, God, it's a toad, son. It's a toad, dude.
Let's go. I wake up to a little bit of drool on my pillow, feel like it's gonna be a bad day.